Money. We all want it, but only a few actually know how to get rich. The truth is, the traditional path of going to school, getting good grades, and landing a decent job is no longer a guarantee for financial freedom. In fact, it's a trap that keeps most people stuck in the rat race, trading their time for money and living paycheck to paycheck. But what if there's a better way? A path that can lead you to true wealth and independence. That's exactly what Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, teaches. You might be thinking, sure, getting rich sounds great, but isn't it just a pipe dream for most people? Absolutely not. The lessons in this book have helped countless individuals break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and achieve true financial freedom. And in this video, we're going to uncover these 7 life-changing lessons that you can start using immediately to build the wealth you've always dreamed of. These aren't just theories or ideas. They're practical steps that have been proven to work time and time again. Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. Now, let's get into the 7 Rich Dad lessons for getting rich. Lesson number 1. The rich don't work for money. Let's start with a harsh truth that most of us have been taught since childhood. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and work hard. Sound familiar? Well, according to Robert Kiyosaki, this mentality is exactly what keeps the majority of people stuck in the rat race, trading their precious time for a paycheck. When Kiyosaki was just 9 years old, he asked his biological father, who was a highly educated man with a well-paying job, "How do I become rich?" His father's response was go to school, get good grades, and find a safe, secure job. Unsatisfied with this answer, Kiyosaki sought advice from his friend's father, who he referred to as his rich dad. Rich Dad's perspective was radically different. He told young Robert that the rich don't work for money. Instead, they make their money work for them. You see, most people trade their time for money by working a job. They work hard, but at the end of the day, they're still stuck in the same place, dependent on that paycheck. The rich, on the other hand, focus on building assets that generate income for them. Even when they're not actively working, they understand that trading their time for money is a losing game. There are only so many hours in a day, and as an employee, your income potential is capped by your job salary. It's a simple mindset shift, but it can have a massive impact on your financial outcomes. Instead of just working for a paycheck, start thinking about how you can build sources of passive income, investments, businesses, rental properties, anything that puts money in your pocket without you having to trade your time for it. Lesson number 2. Understand the difference between an asset and a liability. All right, now that we've established the importance of building assets, let's dive deeper into one of the most crucial lessons in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is understanding the difference between an asset and a liability. This is a golden rule for building and maintaining wealth. According to Kiyosaki, an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket, while a liability takes money out of your pocket. It's a simple concept, but one that can have a profound impact on your financial future. Let's start with liabilities. Most people think of their home, car, and credit card balances as assets, but in reality, they're liabilities. Why? Because they require you to continually shell out money in the form of mortgage payments, car loans, and interest charges. On the other hand, assets are things like rental properties, businesses, stocks, bonds, and other investments that generate income or appreciate in value over time. Now you might be thinking, but my home is an asset. It's increasing in value, and you'd be partially right. Your home can be considered an asset if it's generating income for you, such as through rental income or Airbnb. However, if you're living in it and paying a mortgage, it's technically a liability. The key lesson here is to shift your focus from acquiring liabilities that drain your cash flow to building a portfolio of income-producing assets. It's not about depriving yourself or living like a pauper. It's about being strategic with your money and making it work for you. Lesson number 3. Mind your own business. Now that we understand the importance of assets over liabilities, let's talk about the next crucial lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Minding your own business. What does this mean exactly? Well, it's all about taking control of your financial destiny and not relying on someone else's business or job to provide for you. Think about it. When you work a traditional 9-to-5 job, you're essentially trading your time and effort to make someone else rich. You're helping to build and grow their business, while only receiving a small slice of the pie in the form of a paycheck. Robert Kiyosaki calls this the rat race. You work hard, pay your taxes, and hope to have enough left over for retirement, but by then, it's often too late. The rich focus on minding their own business. They build assets and create income streams that work for them, whether they're actively involved or not. This could mean starting your own side hustle or small business, investing in real estate or stocks, or finding creative ways to generate passive income. The key is to take ownership of your financial future and not be dependent on a single source of income. Lesson number 4. Develop your financial IQ. To truly mind your own business and build wealth, you need to develop your financial intelligence or financial IQ. Just like traditional intelligence, financial intelligence is a skill that can be learned and developed over time, and it's essential for anyone who wants to build lasting wealth. So, what exactly is financial IQ? It's a combination of 4 key areas: accounting, investing, understanding markets, and the legal aspects of wealth building. Let's break it down. Accounting is all about being able to read and understand financial statements, balance sheets, and cash flow reports. This may sound intimidating, but it's a crucial skill for evaluating potential investments and understanding the health of a business. Investing is the science of making your money work for you. It's about learning strategies for growing your wealth through various vehicles like stocks, real estate, and alternative investments. Understanding markets is about recognizing trends, supply and demand dynamics, and how economic forces can impact your investments. This knowledge can help you make more informed decisions and capitalize on opportunities. Finally, the legal aspect involves understanding things like tax strategies, asset protection, and how to leverage the power of corporations and legal entities to your advantage. The more you learn and develop in these areas, the better equipped you are to be able to make smart financial decisions and grow your wealth. Lesson number 5. The rich invent money. Once you've acquired financial education and started investing in income-generating assets, it's time to take things to the next level by inventing money. This doesn't mean counterfeiting or anything illegal. It means thinking creatively and finding new ways to generate income and create value. Instead of thinking, "I can't afford this," start asking yourself, "How can I afford it?" The rich don't just wait for opportunities to come to them, they create their own opportunities. They think outside the box and find innovative ways to make money. Whether it's starting a new business, investing in emerging markets, or finding new creative ways to monetize their skills and knowledge. The key lesson here is to adopt an abundance mindset and train your brain to be constantly on the lookout for new opportunities. Lesson number 6. Work to learn. Don't work for money. Most people work for money. They get a job, trade their time for a paycheck, and hope to save enough for retirement. But the rich take on a different approach. They work to learn, not just for money. Robert Kiyosaki's poor dad advised him to specialize in one area to increase his income potential. But his rich dad had a different philosophy. He encouraged Kiyosaki to learn a little bit about many subjects, attend meetings with lawyers and accountants, and work in different departments of his companies. The idea was to gain a broad understanding of how businesses work, how money flows, and how to identify opportunities. This way, Kiyosaki wasn't just trading his time for money, he was constantly learning and expanding his knowledge, which would ultimately lead him to greater financial success. The key is to never stop learning and growing, because when you do, you'll not only become more valuable in the marketplace, but you'll also cultivate the entrepreneurial mindset and problem-solving skills necessary to truly build wealth and financial freedom. Lesson number 7. Overcome obstacles. Even with all the knowledge and skills in the world, there will always be obstacles that stand in the way of your financial success. Robert Kiyosaki identifies 5 major obstacles that can prevent you from becoming rich. Number 1. Fear. The fear of taking risks, losing money, or failing. Number 2. Doubt. Doubting your own potential and ability to succeed. Number 3. Laziness. Being too complacent or unwilling to put in the effort. Number 4. Bad habits, like paying yourself last or living beyond your means. Number 5. Arrogance, thinking you know everything and not seeking out new knowledge. To overcome these obstacles, you must be self-aware, constantly learning, and willing to take calculated risks. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Learn from them, and use them as opportunities to grow. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Never stop pursuing your financial education. In conclusion, it all starts with a mindset shift, from working for money to making money work for you. The key is to take action and start implementing these lessons in your own life. Because at the end of the day, your financial future is in your hands. So, if you got value from this video, do us a solid and hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay money-wise.